Hi. Welcome to episode 21 of 3 Degens and a Normie, a podcast where we talked about anime and still talk about it once in a while, but now we just have, discussion. It's a good time. This week we have a special guest appearance for the second time. Mr. Scott.
Hello.
Last name here. I'm not going to say it because of confidentiality.
Do the applause.
Just dance it right now. I'm Eugene.
Am I going or the guest goes next?
The guest. You know his name.
I know. It's just our special guest.
Oh, hello.
I'm Candace. He can go last.
Do I go next? I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hello, I'm Scott.
As
Hey.
it says at the bottom of your bed right there.
Oh,
It does.
Does it say?
I'm
Oh, it does say.
distinctly timed.
Hey.
You love to see it. I should
Well,
do
that.
We have Scott back on for the second time, and this time we're not like explicitly an anime podcast anymore. So
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe we get to learn a bit more about our good friend here. Yeah, maybe.
murderer.
Maybe.
or not.
Murderer, yeah.
What?
You never know.
No, actually,
Serial
for the,
killer Scott.
For the record, not a murderer. Lose my job.
I like
think
how
you'll
that's the
lose
first,
more than
I like
just
to say,
a
it's like that's the
job.
first thing. It's like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm a murderer. I might lose my job.
Yeah.
Like,
No worries about jail or anything. I just want to keep my job.
believe it or not, straight to jail. Joke about being a murderer on a podcast, straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
I mean, let's
Allegedly. a murderer.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's what I mean. Is like I might not face law consequences, but I'll face financial consequences. Hey,
True.
hey there! I'll be your
We're
PT.
talking about
previous
cereal like
murderer.
Captain Crunch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you
Wait,
go.
but what
Yeah,
if what
yeah.
if you
And
what if
Fruit
you like
Loops.
pull a thing of like, I used to be a murderer. I was hardened in prison, and now I'm a personal trainer. Now drop and give me 20.
Oh, no.
Not only do I train you to how to train your body, but I train also law.
like in an instant, Scott goes from being like really nice, good personal trainer, like the hard man, like just like
Be like, all right, now
Making
we're
him
gonna
sound
do...
like personal trainer / lawyer.
I was down at the and I murdered 10
And
people.
apparently, like part of the mafia as well. Right, I'm gonna need you to do a squat, or else you get it right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Boy.
Okay,
Steven,
that's a good
Are
start.
you in a different location?
Yes,
Where are the
Even as
lights? I just
cat sitting.
realized.
lights are up this
Oh,
way.
right.
Whoa.
Is
This
that
is-
Mavis?
That's just natural.
Is it
Yes,
Yeah.
Mavis is.
Mavis?
You've got a-
Mavis is the
very
cat.
cute.
I believe she's currently taking a nap because she came into the room while I was sleeping a couple times and like jumped up on the bed. And then like when I woke up at like 5:36ish and I heard her eating, so I was like, okay, she's awake now. And then when I woke up like the second time or third time, I walked out, fed her like her wet food, and then now I think she's just napping.
I'm so jealous.
I thought Mavis was your partner. I was very confused.
You're giving her the wet
Ew.
food.
Yeah, wet
I
food.
fed her. She thinks she's just sleeping. Right, for the record, well, who's Mavis?
Mavis
The
is the cat
kitty.
that I'm cat sitting for.
Aww.
Did
I'm
I not
very
send a
jealous
pic-
that
I thought I
it's
sent a
chill.
picture to the Discord.
No.
No.
Only
No.
Only just
Snapchat.
Snapchat. It's all
I can do
Snapchat.
that. I'm
That's the
gonna
part of that
I'm
one.
gonna send it now so you can see
Miss
stuff. because
Mavis.
Nice.
There are multiple pictures.
I do
that
like cats.
I took lots of pictures.
It's hard to not take pictures.
Honestly.
She's actually really, really cute.
Aw.
I'm jealous that she's chill. Like, you have no idea.
Oh,
Like,
man.
she doesn't wake you up.
No, not
I
really. To
hate
be
you.
fair, we were up till like
That's
2 a.m. watching
lucky.
anime.
That's lucky.
Still, my cat,
We
no matter
were.
what time.
Yeah, she was there.
Cat
She
was
was
watching
chilling.
with you.
She's chilling there,
Enjoying
lying down
some
next to me,
Mushoku Tensei.
watching Mushoku Tensei. And then this morning, we watched a bit of the Wolves versus Leicester game in the morning. It was a good time.
Oh, so cute.
Oh, she's adorable.
I feel like we need to
What?
insert a picture.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
That'll
Miss
be
Mavis.
like the thumbnail is
really cute.
just her in the middle.
Just a cat.
I'm not opposed.
See,
So you
like,
get clicks, right?
Just no,
Yeah.
just actually just
The
have
cat.
her instead of me.
I'm just so.
Just
true,
replace
that's a-
my
that's a
pic-
good idea.
Replace my picture
You know
with
what?
her.
I'll put her head on your head. And be like,
Actually,
You know
that
what-
one
you know what?
one picture, the picture that just sent the The
I just
first, the
sent you
second one,
macaroni on
where
my
her head's
table.
like really straightforward. There, that's a good one. I think.
That'd be cute.
We'll just
Aw,
it'll be the
macaroni.
creepiest
Right?
situation
She's
where
so
Macaroni's
cute.
head will be on Candace. Was it Mavis? Mavis's
Yeah,
head will be on
Mavis.
Steven.
We put
Oh my
Remy on
God.
your
Remy
head.
will be on my head, and then
I don't
just
have a
Eugene in the
pet.
corner like.
No.
Eugene, you can have
That
Like,
was
that's,
good.
Write that down.
that's
I'll
some
write that
fish. I
down.
don't have good pictures
a
of them
pet
though.
rock. I don't know.
Oh man.
So,
All right, shall we move on to our main event
Yeah.
for today?
Talking
Yeah,
about
down for that.
the books.
talking
And then
about
that after.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the quiz. We can do the
Oh.
books.
I feel like
Yeah.
Oh,
we
do the
should
quiz
do the
first.
books first.
Do the
Oh, books
books.
first.
It'll give a reason why we're doing
Yeah,
this.
because then I'll go
All right,
last.
so today we're going to talk about all of our favorite books. I will have a confession to make. I don't know how to read. So I have no favorite books.
How are you on the computer? What are you relying on?
Eugene can only read on digital screens, but
Go
he
to
refuses to like in
university.
one.
He only knows
Yeah,
the words,
I'm almost
username,
finished
and
the degree.
password. Is
All right,
Siri just
guys.
reading out everything in the Discord
Yeah.
too? Like, how are you?
I actually have a little fairy in my ear that tells me
Oh,
everything.
okay.
It's text to speach, everything.
Yeah.
And the
Can you
fairy
imagine?
also sounds like that British mafia murder.
Oh, yes.
Eugene.
Alright.
What it says on there is Zencaster,
Steve,
3D
just
and
like this.
episode 21. If you click on that button, you can change what camera you're using.
I need this amount. I need a fairy
Oh,
that actually
boy.
speaks like that to me.
It'll just read out all of Steven's text. It'll just be like,
Oh,
Steven
God.
says,
I can't help but
LMAO.
picture. Yeah, the man like that the voice belongs to, some like stout, like round man
It's just
with
like
like
a
a little like
yeah.
Yeah.
a little newspaper cap on.
Yeah, that's it. That's the guy.
Yeah.
If I was more prepared, I do actually have a newspaper cap. You have to be as British as you can when you're British.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course. Oh, boy.
Okay, well, who wants to go first? Favorite books?
I call last.
I call.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Second.
Okay. How
Eugene.
many do you
Oh,
want
hey, I'll
can't
go
read.
to say?
first.
Are we doing like
Hey.
top 5? Like
I don't
just
have a
5?
top 5.
Just-
As many
okay.
as you
A
can.
top few.
Top
My
few.
top
Top
1.
few.
Top few.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I don't read that many like fiction books because I have aphantasia, so I have no sense of visualization. So
That's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
fiction
It's
books
just
don't really do
wild.
it to me.
It's
They just
still
don't
crazy to
entertain me
me.
that much.
His favorite book is the dictionary.
Yeah, dude.
I
And
literally
that's a
have
good
like.
word.
I
You
have,
really
like,
get a Wordle if your favorite book
is there like
Yeah.
a word for the opposite of aphantasia? Because I feel like
Yeah,
that's
it's
me.
Synesthesia.
synesthesia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I get that. When I hear good music, I get goosebumps all over my body.
Like, I've told Eugene
It's
this
a
in
bit
the
different
past.
than
It's a
that.
bit different
Yeah.
than
I
that.
thought that's what it was.
No,
No,
it's
it's
like
when you see color corresponding to words, letters, numbers, music.
You're very imaginative
Oh.
in the sense
Yeah.
that, like,
Oh.
so,
Okay, I
like,
don't
as a,
have that. I lied.
yeah,
Sorry.
like, I've told Eugene this, actually. It probably makes good content. But, when I was a kid, because I was so imaginative as a kid, and I still kind of am, but when I was a kid, I had arachnophobia, and quite badly. And if I, like, even so much as thought of a spider, literally, if I closed my eyes, I would just see a spider's face, like, eh. And
Oh
it
no.
legitimately would give me night terrors because I couldn't close my eyes going to sleep if I thought of spiders.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
Oh,
Terrifying.
interesting.
I hate
too
it.
imaginative.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
like that doesn't make sense in my brain. The not thinking.
Yeah,
of
it's
anything.
it's
Yeah,
like
it is
it's
weird.
becoming almost like an
Wild.
instinct. There's actually like a common color correlations for a lot of people that like if you tell them like if I tell you the number 0, what color pops up in your head, and there's like a decent number of people that will answer the same amount of things.
There's actually quite a few famous musicians and composers who
Mhm.
have it.
Oh,
and
really?
They
so
usually
when
have
they
perfect
so when
pitch too.
Yeah. so when they write, like they'll write in color, and then it'll like be these amazing songs, but it's because like the colors are kind of harmonious.
Oh.
But then
Okay.
also this
What?
music, so it's amazing.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
it called when people can like taste a color? Have you seen that?
You can
I've
taste
seen
the rainbow?
videos. Yes, I'm
can
not kidding. I'm
taste
pretty
the
sure that's
difference
what it is.
quality
Hold
makes.
on.
I don't
believe
know what
that's-
that's called.
I believe that's called.
I don't. Is that a thing?
Oh, wait, can we say
taste
the
color?
brands?
This tastes real
Ilitis?
green.
Or it's the other way.
Damn, this carrot tastes orange. Damn,
Yeah,
this orange tastes
It
orange.
can be caused by synesthesia.
Damn, this
or whatever
orange
you
tastes
say.
carrot.
Yeah, it says you can
double.
magically able to
Like-
taste sounds or smell colors.
I mean,
Dude,
it is
I
a
wish
thing.
I
I
liked
just
eggs,
Or
but
they
it
can
just
taste
tastes like
colors and
banana.
smell sounds. Either way, I don't know which way I read it.
taste.
Like smell sounds.
Same thing.
Smells like
sounds, yeah.
Moonlight Sonata.
Hang on. This
Interesting.
paint is speaking to me. Yep, that's green.
Canon indeed. Is that what I smell?
No, it's because it's fresh paint and you're high.
Like walk in a room. I smell lavender somewhere.
That's
so
my
funny.
essential
To be fair,
oils.
lavender does have a smell too.
Right.
Yeah,
we
it
should
does.
we should probably answer this. So Eugene.
Yeah.
Yes.
okay,
Sorry.
Eugene's-
What's your
so-
favorite book?
Stephen, when I was in grade 9,
Right.
something like that, he gave me the Foundation trilogy. And that was a good time. I actually enjoyed that one. One of the few books
Hey.
I've actually enjoyed.
Hey.
You have something to say,
You know
Steven?
what's
I
funny
feel like-
about that?
Is that one of serious?
That's also one of mine. Like, should lead into me.
Yeah, let's just stop my list there.
Yeah, it's like I got one.
Oh my god.
No,
You
no,
said
I got
you
one.
only
I got
had
one
one.
more. I got one more. I
Okay,
got
sure.
one more.
Oh.
Okay, what about manga though?
I have read the Tensei Slime, some of the web novel,
Hmm.
like the first 4 or 5 volumes of it,
Yeah.
and that was actually pretty good. Just because like I actually have an idea of the characters or personalities because of the show and the manga and stuff. So that
Yeah.
actually helps me a lot when I'm reading fiction to
Mm.
already
Yeah.
have like a visual media that goes
Mm.
with.
But what about like it's obviously like books, probably a no-go. But what about like manga? Would you say for yourself?
Oh, it's tough. I think
Infinite.
Haikyuu's still up there.
Oh,
I
need
put
to
Haikyuu as
read
my
the
number
manga.
1 last week.
I've never seen actually manga,
Oh, you should finish it. It's really good.
especially because it takes like 5 years for a season.
Yeah, and it's done. So like once you finish the manga, it's Haikyuu's over
What
forever.
about Bakuman, the manga about a manga?
What?
About a
I never read it. I
What?
only watched it.
manga.
It's a manga about people writing manga.
Yes.
No.
That's such quite.
Well,
What's this? A Snapchat from our illustrious
From
podcast
Jordan.
Missing
member,
member?
Jordan?
Oh.
Who, by the way, is currently missing this because she is at a fan expo, right?
Oh yeah, we did not explain
Yeah.
why
We
she
probably
wasn't
should
here.
have explained.
Yeah.
That's an
Apparently-
incredibly good point.
Apparently, she
Okay.
bought a sword.
What kind of
Shit.
sword?
I don't
know.
know.
Like a Kirito
Let's
sword?
request
Although
to
she already
see.
had
Show
that.
us.
This is the most weeby thing I've
Show
ever heard of.
us.
What?
See, this is where the DGen part comes out.
This is the most DJ thing.
We needed
I
a
just wanna see what
substitute.
it looks
We needed
like.
we needed a guest today because one of our members is at a fan expo and just bought a sword. Hey, let's
On
go.
Let's
brand.
go.
Those
And
are
she is
needs. That is
cosplaying
a
today,
need.
just so you know.
It looks good actually.
Lux
the cosplay.
cosplay, right?
Yeah, Dark Lux, yeah.
And then she
Yeah.
did Jinx as well the other
Did
day.
Jinx
Yeah,
yesterday.
yesterday. Casual
And
Jinx.
is she doing Asuka tomorrow? I
Okay,
think.
what is
the
casual
casual?
Jinx? Why is it casual?
So
It's Jinx with clothes on, essentially.
Yeah,
What?
The
because
wrong
Jinx
impression you're
Jinx
giving
is
right
regular
now.
off it just kind of like a bralette kind of thing.
I
on.
need to.
Yeah.
How do you spell Jinx? Sorry,
Yeah,
Jinx,
and
the same
Jinx.
as the word.
You can just put
Okay.
Jinx
I'm just
League or
checking.
something. Or
League
Arcane.
of Legends?
Yep.
Arcane.
League.
Riot
Wait,
Games
are
is
those the
limited
same
series
thing?
Arcane.
Their outfits are different.
Is it different?
Yeah.
The
Okay,
show.
so which
Yeah,
one
the
is
Arcane
it?
outfits.
Do
different.
Arcane just because it's more
Okay.
up to date and doesn't look janky.
You calling Jinx janky?
You're calling the original
Well, it's
Jinx
like a
janky.
crop top.
Seen the model?
This is the crop
In
top.
Arcane, it's a little more.
In Arcane, it's
in
a
the
bit
game,
longer, but in the
it is
game,
more
it's
like a bralette.
it's
yeah.
a basically the whole
Yeah.
top part there is not.
Literally just like
How
that.
are you supposed to fight while keeping the girls in like that?
Oh, she has no chest in the show.
That's
so
rude.
that's just
kidding.
true. Like, it's literally a gag. It's a gag.
Oh,
Alright.
dude.
It's not my fault.
Well,
It's character design.
Oh my god.
That's about
Oh,
it. For
yeah,
my
that is
books,
definitely.
honestly. I'm just
All
handing
right.
this one off.
All right. So I have a theory. So the Foundation is actually in my top 5 too, actually. But I have my theory. I think the reason why it probably hits you pretty well though, Eugene, is because it's like as a book, yeah, like there is imagination that's required, but it's very, I don't want to say analytical, but like it's more about kind of like what's happening rather than what it looks like.
Yeah,
I think
that's
Yeah.
true.
that because I mean, and that's a lot of Isaac Asimov, right? And that kind of sci-fi stuff where he kept his sci-fi very human in the way that like you didn't really need to have this big fantasy for it. It was just like this is what's happening. So which is one of the things that
slapped. Whew.
yeah, it was good. It was really good. I need to actually finish. I only read the first 3. I should read the others.
I didn't even know there was more than the first 3.
Well, it's that and Dune. I hate to read all of Dune because there's a billion of those.
Dune.
Dune.
I don't know why. It just makes me think of like
I don't know if it Dune.
What?
Dune.
What you doing? He wasn't there.
I love the movie Dune.
What you doing? I'm going to watch Dune. No, I was asking you what you doing.
I'm just doing Dune, you know. All right.
Oh boy.
Horrible
It's like,
accent.
what if everyone in Star Wars had that accent? He's in the sand dunes of Tatooine.
Oh god, I hate it.
Oh boy.
All right,
I
moving
don't
on
even
from that.
know what to say.
I am your father, Luke.
No.
Daddy, no. Right. Anyways, so
Yes, so the Foundation. Then I have one nonfiction entry in this just because it's a great book. It's called "Talking to My Daughter About the Economy" by the illustrious Yanis Varoufakis.
whoa.
What?
So,
No.
you haven't
For
read
context, not to completely dock Steven, but that last name is Steven's in-game name for a few things.
a lot of video games.
Okay.
I'm a big fan. No, it's a great book. And a really good starter book too if you're looking to like.
For your first book ever?
No, like if you're looking if like
You're in, like,
if you
pre-K.
if you wanna no like if you wanna know more about like how the world around you works, it's a good
Why
book
not
to
start
read.
at a young age?
Yeah,
Anyways.
it's a good book to read.
You're right there,
And
my
then-
5-year-old daughter. Here's Lord of the Rings to start me off. And next
Well,
next
no, I
week
mean
we'll
like
do Love, Peace,
like
and
the
War.
book was written in like as a concept of if you were to, if like he was like if I was to write / he did like
Oh,
if I was
okay.
to write letters to my daughter basically
Oh, that's
about
nice,
what
actually.
like explaining questions she has or like when she
Yeah.
had questions for him he would
My
write down
future
questions
child
she
at
had.
4 years old. For
Well,
his
no, I
Yeah.
mean
birthday.
he has a daughter. To be fair.
Okay.
Anyways,
That's nice.
and then this next one, this one's very fiction. This is in the YA stuff, but I figured I kind of pick books that kind of scattered around
Okay,
time.
but I still kind of love young adult books. There's no age limit.
Sometimes they still hit well,
Yeah.
But there's one book called The Merlin Conspiracy by Diana Wynne Jones, which is a very good book. It kind of hits a lot of the magic fantasy stuff without being too kind of on your nose. I don't know, like
I've never had that
it's kind of a weird one to explain because it's a decently long book and there's a lot of cool things that happen, and there's a lot of world jumping, which I like.
Oh,
So
that's
what
neat.
you're saying is we're starting the 3D Gens and an Army book club, and we're all
Yes.
going to read this book.
Read this book.
We'll be
Read this
starting
book.
next week. I'll see you later, gang.
The Book Club podcast. If you'd like to tune in to hear us talk about this book.
If you
First
What is happening?
read the
the
read
first time
along.
I've ever heard you do that voice, and I'm
I don't know.
incredibly proud
I
of
don't
you.
think I've
terrifying.
ever
I
done that
didn't-
voice
I-
before.
Where does
really
that
good.
come
I'm a
from?
little scared, but it's a good time.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
Whose
The
voice
next
is that
one,
supposed to be? Sorry.
no.
if
Nobody,
we'll
man.
if we'll
Okay.
allow it, I'm going to take this one as a trilogy / a series
Okay.
as
I did
well, and that is Lord of the Rings. Lord of the
Oh.
Rings.
I haven't read
Excellent
those yet.
stuff.
I haven't read.
They are very.
Me too.
They are the opposite of the kind of book that Eugene would like because
Mm.
that's the kind of book that's like, here is one full page of
Imagination.
text
Imagination.
describing what this bridge looks like,
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
so you
Thanks.
probably hate it. An avocado.
Can I go
They
next
have-
then?
We should get just a picture book version for Eugene.
Can
I think those
can I go
exist.
next?
I mean,
You can
aren't there
read
like movies where
picture,
there's like
and
Yeah,
then
there are
millions of
movies.
pictures?
There are movies. Hey,
But reading is good.
I got. Hey, you know what? I nabbed from when our high school was getting rid of all their old records. I nabbed a copy of J.R.R. Tolkien reads and sings The Lord of the Rings
Was I there with you when
on
you grabbed
record. I think you.
Because
I
I
think
was
you were.
there when at some point when we grabbed records out of the
You were because I remember we found a few like OG Beatles records too.
Yeah, I found Sergeant
Ooh.
Pepper's and
Yeah.
That's nice.
yeah,
And there were some military marches,
some Russian
some classical
ones, too.
music.
Yeah.
I grabbed like the full sonatas of Beethoven or something like that. Do you remember there was this big giant thing like this?
It's pretty lit.
All right, Scott, go ahead.
All right. Let me jump off of Steven. So this is a perfect situation. I would say so. It's been a while. I'll be honest. I'm very I don't read, not for the same reason as Eugene. I get distracted very easy when reading, and then I lose the page, and then I don't come back to it, and then I come back to it later, but I don't know where I'm at. So reading for me now is just like a hassle. But going back to when I was a kid, I used to love reading, and one book series that I really like, that Eugene might like way more than the Lord of the Rings if he was ever to read Lord of the Rings, like someone put him in a room and forced him to.
If you pay me, if someone pays me, I'll do it.
Someone paid you, but
$5.
one of my favorite series would probably be The Hobbit. I really liked The Hobbit when I was like, I think I was like 9 or 8. I'm a huge fantasy nerd, like even as a kid, so I loved that. I also feel like compared to Lord of the Rings, it's more about the characters and progressing a story, as opposed to here's a tree in the far wilds, and they're going around it for 10 years, and you're like, yes, I like this, but and then little Smeagol coming out of there.
I feel like people listening to this will be like, did they hate Lord of the Rings? It's like no, we don't hate it. It's just there's a lot of world building.
You make fun of the things that you love, but
yes.
In any case, The Hobbit is a lot more succinct. It does get a little like confusing, convoluted story-wise near the end, but I really enjoyed it. Other book franchise I really liked, especially like going on to what Candace is saying about like young adult, well, more like I guess like teenage to young adult books is what was it? Percy Jackson.
Twilight? Oh.
No, not
Percy
Twilight.
Jackson.
There's nothing wrong with it, Eugene.
No, I really like the Percy Jackson series. Just because it was really cool to learn about like Greek mythology, even though it's not like accurate or right or even good. Yeah, Steven's like he knows it's good.
Quick interjection, Steven. Is Percy Jackson
Accurate,
like, decent as a Greek person?
So what I would say, because I've read the ones that matter, which were the ones that focused on Greek mythology, so 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Percy Jackson, Olympians, Sea of Monsters, Titan's Curse, the Labyrinth one, and the last, I can't remember the last one. Fight for Olympus thing, is it?
Well. Yeah,
yeah.
As well.
Anyways, those were all the ones that were focused on Greek mythology. Overall, like I would say as an introduction, I think they're good. Like, I would say like I can really credit Percy Jackson, the Percy Jackson series, for making a lot more people interested. Like, because not the Greek mythology is some niche thing that nobody knows about, but like realistically, people usually hear about it in grade 7,
and that's about like Hercules,
right? But like, but I'd say that the Percy Jackson series did a lot to make Greek mythology like something that kids got more interested in quickly.
Yeah.
And also, everyone got very upset when the movie came out because the movie was crap. Everyone hated that movie.
I'm just saying, I did not.
Yeah, he looked like he was 18. He's like 12 in the book. It's terrible. It was the worst casting I've seen.
I didn't read the book. I like this movie.
This is a small
like
tangent.
a line you can't say.
The little tangent is one of the things about Percy Jackson that I liked a lot actually was that the way that Rick Riordan described all of the characters were very specific. They were very specific because these were all demigods. They're all kids of gods, right? So it was like it was important that like Annabeth had like the sort of blondishy gray hair and blue eye and like the striking gray eyes, right? Like they all had distinct features that they got from their godly parents. And then in the casting for the movie, like, now we're just gonna make everything random, and it's like, this is not good. Also, they made the antagonist completely incorrect, which makes it so you can even make another movie. It was all very dumb. I didn't like the movie. Rick Riordan also hated the movie, by the way, and he's been trying to get, I think, a series made with the help of Disney, maybe. I don't know.
That would be cool.
But yeah, no, I think it's actually a really good introduction. And as far as it goes with like trueness to actual Greek mythology, the thing about Greek mythology is that in the end, it's an oral history.
The floodgates.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what have you started?
This is the last thing I'm going to say. Last thing, swear to God.
Yeah,
like the thing about Greek mythology is in the end, like it was an oral history that ended up being written down a lot by like Homer and Hesiod, 2,000 something years ago. But before then, like, there are multiple versions of Apollo and Poseidon and Hermes, and stuff, depending on which part of Greece you were in or what era of Greece you're in.
No, definitely.
So to me, like things like Percy Jackson Olympians, or like if you've ever heard of the Song of Achilles, it's a modern book written about like the pre-Trojan War, and it describes like the relationship well, with the events from the perspective mostly of Patroclus, and it basically puts in that like Patroclus and Achilles are in like a romantic relationship, which some classicists are like, this is terrible, but it's like realistically, they probably
That's the
were.
thumbnail right there.
And also like, yeah, like the thing about mythology is they're stories that are passed down, so they're allowed to kind
Yeah.
of be mixed up and
No,
jumbled
right.
in
So
here and there.
it's like like I see what you're saying, right? Like it's like
Hmm.
while it might not be like the most accurate thing, but at the same time, it's like you get into the debate of like what's accurate if every story has a variation. Like Medusa has many variations of like
Of course.
how bad. I mean that, and even like going into like more like Norse, like with Odin, it's the same thing with a lot of Norse mythology. It's like Odin's painted as a good guy, Odin's kind of an asshole, you know, like so. Same thing with Zeus, I suppose. But anyways, moving onwards. My my last I guess my last book, and then I'll just say like 2 manga that I'll keep it brief. But my last book I really liked was The Catcher in the Rye. I really liked that as a kid, as someone who didn't really like reading. But then like real awkward when you think about, or you learn about like the dude who shot like flipping John Lennon and like all that. But apart from that, I really liked it. I think it helped me a lot. Like when I was like a teenager when I read it, and like I was probably suffering from like, as many teens do, like awkwardness and finding yourself in the world. And this was actually before well, not visited you guys, before I moved to where you guys lived. I was in, I guess I can say it actually, to be fair, because it's not like someone's going to go dox me from Montreal. But yeah, no, I used to live in Montreal, in Quebec temporarily, and like I bear in mind I'd moved like 3 times before then, different countries. So like at that point, I was like from right peak of my emo stage of being a kid, teenage years. I straight up like I had hair down to like here, covering my face all the time. It was real bad. But then you got that added pressure of like, oh, he's the British kid. He's like a giraffe in a zoo. Like
it works like a British kid in Quebec.
In Quebec, of all places,
Yeah,
right?
Where it's
wow.
where it's just like, you stinking British man.
So yeah, no, like I've struggled to speak any language there, but in any case, yeah, no, The Catcher in the Rye was a really good book, and it touches a lot on like someone like especially a teenage boy finding himself in a strange world. But in any case, I'd say in terms of like manga, real quick, One Piece. I don't read it as much nowadays, but I loved reading One Piece as a kid and teen, slight adult. My brother reads it constantly, and he always shows me pages, and I still love it. It's real funny. I have a
Fun
dark
fact
one.
about One Piece:
Oh, yeah.
Jordan has box sets 1 and 3 or something like that.
Oh shit! Time to get Jordan back on the podcast, and then somehow I'll weasel in there to talk about
Yeah.
One Piece with her.
Yeah.
5-person
Just get her on the phone.
But yeah, in any case,
We've got a special call-in report.
Live
from Fan Expo.
This is my last one, then we can get to Candace, because I want to talk about Candace's stuff, because I'm excited about that. But which sounds real honest now I've said it out loud, but I've got a dark one, to be fair. Like this one's a little,
dark one.
it's like weirdly 18 plus, so I would not do this if you're a small child.
50 Shades of Grey. I'm just kidding.
But no, it's a very it's incredibly niche and kind of like sad and depressing manga. It's called Oya Sumi Panpan, and it's really weird in the sense that like when you start reading, you're like, oh, this is cute. The main character is like a little bird person. But then you get into like this really sad realization that the reason why he's projected as this tiny little bird person in a world of like normal people is that he sees himself as insignificant in the world, and that's kind of how he portrays himself in his own mind. And it a lot of bad shit happens to this kid, and like basically he becomes an adult way too fast in the world. It's dark. I would not read it if you're 10.
I say, good lord.
I just looked it
The
up.
first time we
and-
talked about this was probably when we were like 15-ish or 16.
Yeah, I read this like many years ago. It was really good, but it was really dark. There we go.
Deep.
But in any case, that is the end of that.
Okay, I guess it's my turn then.
Oh yeah.
Mine are pretty much all the young adult ones. I don't read anything new.
Let's go.
although Game of Thrones isn't young adult.
That's definitely not young adult.
Yeah, I
It's
have to
the
finish
opposite of
Dance
young
of
adult.
Dragons, and then that Fire and Blood, the one that has pictures. That I think I showed it in the
Hmm.
last podcast, honestly. And then, I really like The Hunger Games. I don't know how many times I read it. Also,
to be fair, those are
Twilight.
good.
Let's not shit on it. It's just cringy. I like I like to cringe sometimes. Okay.
No, I
Yeah.
really prefer the cringe.
I like
No,
the cringe.
guys, I'm sitting here in my room with a book and I'm going, "Ooh, the cringe."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
the cringe makes me
okay.
feel good.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's this young adult series called House of Night, which
Okay.
honestly, sometimes I wonder why it's just young adult, but whatever. So
What's
it's
it about? I've
also
never heard
about
of it.
vampires. So
Oh
there's
boy.
you get marked by a tracker, and
We're learning a thing here.
sorry, and they worship the goddess of the night, Nyx, and Nyx
Hey, that's
sometimes
Greek.
Yeah, that is Greek.
There you go.
Oh no, it's
So
begun
they
again.
worship
Now I'm
Nyx.
interested.
Yeah, and then their school, it's like at night, obviously, because they're vampires and stuff. So they become like a fledgling, and then you
Oh.
either choke on your own blood and die, or
Oh.
you become an adult vampire.
Wow.
Well, that's nice.
You know what?
Hey,
I
my
will
mom
say.
bought these books for me at Costco. Okay,
I
and then
wish-
so what?
Oh, okay, real
Nah,
quick. I would say I wish there were more books on werewolves because werewolves are the superior fantasy creature.
Are we gonna get Scott
Oh
with
my
the
God.
Twilight watch along now with this?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Jacob
I'm
versus
just
Edward.
so
Honestly,
down.
why don't we?
I'm
Yeah.
so
I,
down, honestly.
I looked up the series and I definitely recognized the cover art from when I worked at the library.
Yeah, there's 12
Um,
books in the series.
Sorry, what's it called again? I'm gonna look
House
it up
of
too.
Night.
House of Night. As
Yeah.
in
So
not
then,
day.
yeah, okay. So as a fledgling, you can be gifted like gifts,
Powers,
I
I
guess,
assume.
by the goddess and
Oh.
shit. So you can like control the elements or like do pretty much literally anything. Which, as a kid, you're like, "Fuck yeah, magic!" Which
But why
is
they
still
have to be
kind of.
vampires? Dude?
I need
I
Candace
don't
like
know.
right.
Vampire
beside
boy,
me.
the last
they
Airbender.
worship a Greek chthonic deity and they
Yeah.
have powers and they're vampires.
Yes,
You got
it's
the
called
powers
Don't
and shit.
Overthink It. It's a young adult book. But the other
I
part where I'm like, why is this young adult? So I guess like in the book, when they drink blood, it's like it's a turn on apparently. Which like,
Oh.
why are you talking
Oh.
about this to like
I mean
young adults?
like
'Cause my
sex
mom
comes
bought
up
the
in
book.
young
It's like,
adults.
yeah,
It's all
keep
the time.
reading it. And I was
man.
like,
Yeah, like it's teenagers. They're going through puberty. They want that. They want to read that more than anyone else.
I know. Like I don't
You just
think
got to
my
wrap
mom
it up
knew
in a
what was in the
in a
books.
vampire thing.
You just gotta give him the PG sucky sucky. Dang.
But also,
Peachy suckies.
yeah, when you become a full-grown vampire in the book too. Oh my god! What are you? What is happening? No, I didn't.
Wait, you said
That's
you
okay.
did or you didn't?
What did he say?
She.
Wow. What I said.
Missed it.
Was you just gotta give him the PG sucky sucky.
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay.
Okay.
Anywho, also, when you're marked as a fledgling, you get like a crescent moon like tattoo on your
Oh
forehead.
wow!
And
How
when you
original.
become okay, let's
Crescent
not
moon.
hate that much. When you
Wait.
like complete the change or whatever, it like fills in, and then you get a cool tattoo like on your
Oh.
forehead.
This is basically the Sharingan.
Okay.
Yeah.
but
I don't know what that is.
It's just a combination of a bunch of other shows / books. Just to like,
why
let's
does
just
it
take
get a
this in.
moon?
The best parts of every one. I was obsessed.
Because they're vampires and it's
Yeah,
the House
but-
of Night, so it's
Obsessed.
nighttime and there's a moon.
Last time I checked, vampires don't go to a moon and turn
Yeah,
into a
that's-
werewolf. Like,
Very weird.
your
Oh,
point
God.
isn't being made to me.
Does none of this make sense?
Yeah.
It's the greatest.
Okay.
My favorite
crossover.
part is
Werewolf
how they're called
vampires.
fledglings when they're young because I mean, as most people
They're
know,
like babies.
fledgling is a growth stage of birds.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just imagining these little like puffy, non-developed birds, just like
Could you imagine, like, you just
Oh,
got this
God.
sultry vampire that's like, I'm going to bite your neck, and then he bites down and she just goes,
Oh, God.
I gotta spit it up for my fledglings later.
It's a good series, okay? Leave me with my cringy young adult books.
No,
Yeah,
that's
okay,
fair,
what's
that's
next?
fair.
I mean, Candace enjoys the
Whatever.
cringe, so like,
I do.
what can you do?
I
I mean-
like dumb stuff. I don't know why.
Let's
Okay.
be real. in fairness to Candace, like
Sorry,
Steven,
Adam. You're dumb.
Steven and
I
oh no,
mean, sometimes he's questionable.
Steven and I are like on our high horse, and yet we're like here as kids, like
I like dragons.
Yeah. Oh my
Hey.
god, I like
Fantasy.
dragons too, though. Let's.
I mean that's fair. Most
I
people like
actually
that.
said I was like, I want to get like a cute but tasteful like little dragon tattoo. Not
Cute
gonna
but
lie.
That'd be
tasteful.
sweet though.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
Like Amelia
ankle.
Clark got the 3 dragons tattooed right here, little outlines of them, and they're only like that big. It's really cute.
The 3 dragons.
Why don't you get a big
From Game
back
of
piece
Thrones.
of
Oh, I haven't
dragons,
seen it.
and then you
Shit.
can't go to Japan?
There are 3
Yeah,
dragons in Game of
straight
Thrones.
up, look
There's
like
only
you're from the
3?
Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's
Sucks
only
for
3
them.
last dragons of the.
Is there one female
She
and one
hatches
male
them
left?
from. I don't know. She named
What's
all
your
guy
next
names,
Is it
but
an
I haven't
endangered
assumed
species?
what they are.
What's your next
In
book?
Game of Thrones, there's the 3 eggs that she like hatches in a fire.
3 times the charm, Scott.
Fire. Sorry, I'm trying to explain it.
that's
Yes,
good.
Scott, I'm so sorry.
What's your next book?
What's your next book?
Oh yes, Harry Potter series. Which is right
Oh,
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I
Harry
also really like
Potter.
Black Beauty and The Help. Just throw those 2 in
Never
there.
heard of that one.
Is the help
The
the one
Help?
where the lady bakes the pie?
Yes, and
Okay.
says "Eat my shit." Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the one.
Whoa.
It's a chocolate pie.
It's
Oh,
set in
I
like
get
the
it.
60s
The
when they
Helps.
had like the maids that lived in the came and helped them out, you know, and they were
Help
very
them
racist.
out, yeah. When they had,
Yeah,
when they had,
raise their
when
children.
there was slavery in the form
Yeah.
of house help.
Yeah,
Yes,
so-
exactly.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite.
So
Everyone's
when
favorite form of
the
slavery.
lady Minnie is like leaving the one lady's
Spoilers.
house that's like, yeah, spoilers, a real bitch, she bakes her famous chocolate pie and she's eating it and the mom's like, "Oh, I love your pie. Can I have some?" And she's like, "No, you can't have it." And then the bitchy lady's like, "Cut her a piece," because she was on her second one already. And the maid, like Minnie, I'm pretty sure that's her name. She's like staring, and
right.
she stares at the lady. She's like, "Eat my shit," and she's like, "Excuse me," and she's like, "Eat my shit," and just like stares at the pie or something like that. And then she's like, "Oh my god," and realizes that
Wait.
she's eating the shit that was baked into the pie.
I've seen a movie of that. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what the
yeah.
movie is. The movie's based
Yeah.
off the book.
I mean, yeah. I
maybe.
mean, I can't
Actually, they're
gather it,
completely
did I?
separate.
I like that book though; it's good.
As I say, the Lord of the Rings
It's
movie is
also
based
right
on the
there. But yes, Harry
What are you doing
Potter.
with your thumb, Steven?
do you mean, what
Oh,
am I
the
doing with my thumb?
collection.
Chilling?
You were like,
Oh, like
He's just
chilling
chilling, you
around.
know.
I'm just hanging out. Having a good time.
Real
Listening to this
casual.
all right.
like.
So you mentioned Harry Potter.
Yes, I
Um,
did because
Is
Harry
there
Potter's
a
great.
special activity that you wanted to mention
Yes,
to go with
we're
Harry
going
Potter?
to be sorted into our houses because me and Scott made the executive decision right before the podcast without talking to anybody else. We have taken
I mean,
control.
we're not opposed. So,
Why not?
Right.
all right. So
down.
I just want to say that I made my account on this website as Steven. So,
I also made my account on this website as Steven, so
hey, we got 2 Stevens here now.
2 Stevens.
I made
You
my
may
Steven
refer to
one,
me as
Steven
Steven
two?
2.
Steven too. I made my account as Candace.
Oh God!
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I just wanted to be.
Welcome to our new
Uh,
podcast, 2 Stevens and 2 Candaces.
2
Yeah,
Stevens and a
right,
Candace.
That's it. That's what you need.
I'm just
Two-
Scott.
So-
I'm not cool enough for
Yeah.
Candace's name.
I think we're all gonna start at the same time, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
It's
on
not
the
a
Dusk or
Steve
Dawn page.
That's
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
on that page.
Dusk or
Dawn.
Dawn?
If this is really boring, we're just gonna fast forward.
I don't think I didn't get Dusk or Dawn as a question.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
does
first one.
random sometimes.
I got
as well.
Forest
Oh.
or River.
Yeah, it does
Oh.
random sometimes.
Okay,
I
Oh
think.
well-
no. Well, 3 of us got it, so
We'll finish at the same time.
Weird.
Alright,
All right,
yeah.
well,
more of a Dusk person myself.
My next
I-
one, 4
I
boxes
wonder
are
if
placed
really-
before you. Which would you try and open?
my next
Oh,
one
they
is
describe
with
them.
pets. So
I got a nightmare one.
Pets?
Maybe we should just
Oh,
do the quiz.
yeah, just do the quiz.
Yeah.
Mine's completely different.
Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Damn, that's a loneliness, boredom,
my
hunger,
What?
being ignored. Well, hunger's easy to deal with. You just eat something.
What if there's no food?
The mark of
What if you
Merlin.
Go
can't get the
somewhere
wet
with
food?
you can't get the
Ooh,
wet
if you could
food.
have any power, which would you choose?
Oh shit! What the? You
Oh.
guys are getting such easier questions. Mine's like, hey, here's a whole scenario. Read this paragraph of text and
Ooh,
choose
so they
5
give
different
you-
answers.
What do I
They
want to
give you the
learn
power to
about
read minds, to
Hogwarts?
change the past, invisibility, speak to animals, superhuman strength, or change your appearance at will. Oh. See, would the appearance changing last forever, or is it just for like
No,
a
you
set
at
amount of
will.
time?
At will means whenever you want to.
I
So
would just turn into a hot person and not change.
Hot person.
Hey guys.
If a model. Oh, this is tough.
hmm.
A troll's gone
Ooh.
berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, just let it happen. I don't know. That is well above my pay grade, which is nothing because I'm a student. So
Oh,
Honestly.
I have
Not
good
for long.
questions. I have good questions on here. How would you like to be known to history? The great, the wise, the bold, or the good? Ooh.
The bold and the beautiful.
What the fuck?
I was gonna say
True.
these are the days of our lives. I don't know why
Yeah.
that triggered that out of my brain.
Because it's just another show.
they're both soap operas.
Ugh, my grandma watches those.
Which one would you rescue?
4 boxes are placed before you.
Ooh. Would you rather be liked, trusted, feared, envied, imitated, or praised? Oh. I feel like asking if I want to be praised is just gonna lead down somewhere that's not good.
I feel like the world's biggest dummy. I don't know how to read. Right, sure.
I don't want to open any of these boxes.
Well, you have to pick one. I got the same
Well,
one.
the only one I want to open is the second one, but it's like it says I only open for the worthy, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be worthy. So,
But it's which one do you want to open? So you want to open that one. I
but
want
see,
the
no,
one
but no,
with
but
the
see,
marker.
it says which would you try and open, right? I'm not gonna try to
Oh.
open the second one because I don't think it'll open for me. The first one has a freaking key,
Something
so
tells
I
me
might as well open that one. It's gonna work. Like,
Something
damn.
tells me it's not.
But one has a
Gryffindor.
little animal in it.
Okay, this has got to
Oh,
be the
shit.
dumbest question ever. Left
What?
or right? Choose one to continue. Just pick a direction. Like what?
That can tell a
We've
lot.
already decided
That
which
can
Oh,
one
tell a
of
lot.
damn.
5 houses he
Oh,
is
apparently
in this
the sorting
stupid
hat is
question.
ready to make a decision for me.
Yo,
Oh,
which
shit.
one of the following would you most likely study? Werewolves. Let's go.
I'll wait till we all get to that point and then.
Gloomy Jet Black.
Oh, I got left or right. I'm a
I'm
left
so
guy
mad.
You're
myself.
attending Hogwarts. Which pet?
Oh, the sorting hat's
Oh, the
ready.
owls
I'll
are
wait as
so
well.
cool.
I'm so mad. You guys got
Cat or
such
owl?
easy
I don't know.
questions. Mine are like, let me read this question to you. 4 boxes are placed upon you. Which one do you try and open? And it's like,
Yeah, we've all had
10
that.
It's 10
I didn't get that one.
paragraphs.
Ooh.
It's 10 paragraphs of reading.
Oh
I
my
You
hate
guys
it.
get the troll potion one?
I did get that one.
I got
hate
the
that.
troll on the bridge one.
I
I'm
got
trying to choose which kind of owl I would want to take to Hogwarts, and some of these are so puffy and cute.
Snowy. No, just not Barn. Anything but Barn.
I'm torn between Snowy and Screech.
I picked Snowy.
Snowies are really cute. They're more fluffy.
They're really. What's wrong with barn owls?
Have you ever heard a barn owl?
No.
Steven, would you care
I just
to
love
recreate
snowy
it for
owls.
us?
Ooh, black or white.
I don't think that would be good
Sorry,
for
guys,
any of you
I'm ready.
guys' headphones or the
Well,
listeners of this podcast.
Just,
I'm ready to find out
I'm ready. I'm ready as well.
All right.
Steven, are you
Are we
ready?
clicking? Are we clicking
Yeah.
go?
Are we?
One.
Well, do we want to go
three?
on all at the same time or?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Click.
Go.
Oh, I've clicked it. It's loading.
I thought I missed. What? Interesting. Interesting. Who's
Who
going
wants
first?
to go first?
I'll go
We
first
go
'cause I
reverse.
don't-
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, okay, I'll still go first. I got Ravenclaw this
What were you
time.
gonna?
Hey, it's a Ravenclaw.
I was Hufflepuff
Oh.
before, apparently.
Oh.
I took the quiz in
interesting.
2020, and I don't remember doing that.
Oh, shit.
See, that's what I got the first time. Apparently, when I did it in 2020, I got Ravenclaw.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I
What'd
kinda
you get this
Flying
time,
has
Candace?
changed.
I got Slytherin.
Oh,
shit.
Oh shit!
evil.
Interesting.
I also got Ravenclaw.
I don't
I
want to be
think-
in the same group as Steven. Can I
I
be a
think I
Hufflepuff?
get I
Hey,
got a Raven.
It's because you made it,
Well,
Steven.
so-
Steven,
Yeah, you're
got
right.
You
it
made your
together.
name Steven, so I was like, well, okay. So to be fair though, like I've taken these types of quizzes before, and there's actually I can't remember which one it is, but there's one out there that gives you not only your results, but it also gives you like your percentages for each one, like compatibility.
Cool.
So
Well,
it'll
now
show
I
you
wanna
like your
do
top
that one,
ones.
too.
And when I did that one, it was like Ravenclaw first, Hufflepuff second by like a couple of percentages.
Oh,
Mm.
interesting.
So
I'm
it's
just
probably pretty
surprised
close
I
for
had-
me
I
still.
got Slytherin.
Yeah, I think Ravenclaw and
Candace,
because I think
you've
it's like
changed. I miss the
I
old
think it's-
Candace,
yeah.
honestly.
It's the
Watch
old
out,
Candace.
bitches.
Scoot. What'd you get?
I was looking for a hat. this is not a hat, but it's the next best thing.
That's your sorting hat?
I got Gryffindor.
Ah.
No,
Classic
so
British guy gets Gryffindor main character syndrome.
basically, yeah, no, honestly,
Why is
this is
Gryffindor always?
yeah. So every time I've done it,
It's called
'cause,
white supremacy.
I mean, like literally, I don't know if you've known this, Candace. The book is
What?
named Harry Potter.
Well, yeah, I know that obviously.
Candace,
Still.
I don't know if you know this. Harry Potter is Gryffindor.
It may be named Harry Potter, but everyone knows the main character is definitely Luna Lovegood.
Oh shit.
Yes, definitely.
But
I
anyways,
feel like if it's main character energy, it's the person's like, no, I want to be the center of attention. You know what I mean?
every time
Why
I've
is
done
Steven
this,
a Gryffindor?
yeah, it's true. But no, like
Back to Scott.
every time I've done this, it's either been Slytherin or Gryffindor. So
Which is funny because those are like
it's a complete
Or
opposite, isn't it?
opposites.
It's
they're
complete
supposed to
opposite.
be kind of opposite.
I feel like
but-
it comes down to like if they ask me questions that have to do with like bravery or courage, and then or if it comes down to like somewhat more practical things where I'm like, oh fuck it, why would I put my life in danger for that thing? You know,
for like a bird.
yeah, or like you know,
Bird has to live too.
stuff that's like,
bird.
what do you want? Power. You know, I'd be like, I mean, power sounds nice right now.
Yeah.
What pet would you want? A worm, a beetle, or a cool snake? I guess I'll
God.
take the cool snake.
Just
Slytherin.
Slytherin.
I'm like looking at the characters because if you scroll down when it tells you like, oh, you're a whatever, you
You're a
scroll
Cho
down
Chang,
and
let's go.
it shows you the people, and they just got Lord Voldemort as the first one, just with his no nose and
Nice,
gross
nice.
red eyes.
You'll have to see
Why?
it. I like how
I've got
What?
in mind.
Yeah.
I've got Harry Potter. Did you know that he's a Gryffindor?
No, I had no idea.
Okay. But did you know Hermione Granger is a Gryffindor?
This is also shocking.
still makes no
Next,
sense.
you're
By
gonna
the
tell
way,
me Ron Weasley is too.
Did you know Ron Weasley is a Gryffindor?
Blown. I had no idea.
Wow. Mad.
you know,
What were you gonna say,
I
Steven?
still find it funny, and this is a classic thing people like to mention sometimes is that like
Classic.
there's one Asian character in the entire Harry Potter series,
It's actually
and her name is
It's
Cho Chang.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to like
They got
It's,
creative with Voldemort and then
You know
just
what?
gave her Cho
it's
Chang.
like we have great
Here's
names
the
like
thing, though.
Beatrix Lestrange and
Bellatrix.
Draco
Who
Malfoy
the heck
and
is
this
Beatrix?
Asian girl Cho Chang.
Here's
like,
the thing, though.
like
Here's the
this
thing.
is like you couldn't have made
You've-
it a little
Here's the thing, however.
Yeah.
We can't say shit because you've got a podcast where there's one Asian guy that's named.
Okay, but like first name. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
You may address me as Cho from now on.
Cho. Sup, Cho?
Oh, boy. Is that worse?
Oh, dude.
All I'm saying is representation matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, Draco Malfoy is on here also, and I keep seeing thirst trap edits about him on
that's
TikTok.
weird.
I love
That's
Draco.
weird.
He's great. The actor is
Pretty
really
cool
good too.
sometimes.
Actually,
Yeah.
He's a great
Tom
actor.
Felton.
I actually read a story one time because the guy who plays Lucius Malfoy,
Mm.
can't remember the actor's name for some reason, but apparently there was a scene where him and Tom were talking, and then Draco had done something kind of dumb, and like he got razzed out by his dad, and his dad hits him with like his staff.
Oh.
Mhm.
It's part of the scene, but like he like kind of underestimated how hard he was hitting him, and the staff had this like little snake at the top that had fangs,
Hey.
and like apparently he actually like it actually like sunk into his
like bruised him or
like his
made him
arm or
bleed?
something. Like the fangs actually like punctured the skin.
Oh.
And, like,
Ooh.
There was some sort of thing where like I can't remember exactly what happened, but like it was like the way that Tom did the rest of the scene. Like Lucius was like, yeah, that's when I knew that he was like a different breed of actor, when it just like he wasn't even phased. He just like kept going, and I was like,
I knew from a young age
Damn.
this kid was hardened.
I hit him with a snake.
I looked it up. In fact, his name is Jason Isaacs.
Ah, yes, that's the one.
I've
Not
never
one
heard his name
Isaac,
before.
2 Isaacs. Yes, son.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
On one note though, let's just I just like to point out that this is a LGBTQ plus friendly podcast. So
Oh.
Yes.
despite despite talking about Harry Potter weird, we do not endorse trans exclusionary policies of
Oh,
True.
yeah.
its writer.
Wait, what
I think that's
happened?
important.
What,
Yeah. I forgot about that.
did I
You
miss
could-
something?
Yeah, yeah.
Clearly.
I don't know.
Clearly, yeah.
I feel like we shouldn't
What?
ruin
What
it for-
happened?
J.K. Rowling's got a bit of a beef with trans people.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. that's
Because she's
Like
a-
on like in the
reasoning.
movie or something, or like I
No,
don't
like in real
Like
in
life.
general?
in real life.
Just in
I
general.
mean, like was the character in the movie like someone who played someone?
No. It's so
transitioning
it
that
has
made
the,
her
it's
mad, or
not
she
it's
just
not no it's
going
not
off
that
on
she just doesn't like trans people.
But doesn't agree with it.
Doesn't agree with
Okay.
Better
them
way to
in
phrase it.
general. Like it's really
Interesting.
awkward. Yeah, it's not a good time.
That's stupid. Like what?
Yeah, and the worst part about it is that like it's a pretty major grift too, because basically what it is that like she's like, oh, I don't like trans people, and then all these people are like, J.K. Rowling is standing up for the rights of real women, and it's like, this is really
Pardon
cringe.
me?
Yeah, well, because she's one of the ones where it's like, you know,
Scott,
where
that
it's
was
like,
awesome.
yeah, I don't know, like, it's bad. It's not a good look. Especially considering that like Harry Potter is a relatively like beloved series for a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So when they're growing up and they're like, oh,
My hero thinks I know.
Oh, I googled J.K. Rowling beef, and the first thing that pops up
Beef,
is J.K.
yeah.
Rowling gets backlash over anti-trans tweets. Of course, she's going
Yeah.
off on Twitter.
Yeah.
oh yeah, the Twitter
Oh,
stuff is rough.
boy.
It's not.
You
it's
know,
not
actually,
ideal.
this is a good jumping point for story time.
Ooh,
but,
story time with Scott.
So, when I first moved, so obviously as y'all know, but I obviously moved from London, that I'm originally from, when I was a little kid, and I lived in America for the first time in my life at like 9 years old, and I've never wanted to never hear the name Harry Potter more in my life, because for a solid 2 years, every day, kids would ask me as a 9-year-old to say, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter. Oh,
Oh,
Scott,
no.
Scott, can you say the Harry Potter? Harry Potter. And it was every day of my life.
No.
That's terrific.
Did that happen at all when you came to our hometown?
I mean, obviously, like, as a teenager, you're not going to come up to another teenager and be like, can you say Harry Potter? But it definitely
That's what the
did.
average person from our hometown sounds like, by the way.
Yeah,
It did,
100%.
yeah, but no, it definitely did happen in the sense that, like, people would, like, they'd ask me to, like, repeat words that I'd said. So, say if I was saying, like, you know...
Aluminum.
Yeah, aluminium. Or classroom as well was one. Or I would
Rubbish bin.
say rubbish bin, garage.
Garage. Yeah.
Oh God, my grandpa also
Water
goes
bottle.
Tuesday. He's not English
Tuesday.
whatsoever, but Tuesday in the garage
Wait, hang on. How do
are
you guys
things that
pronounce?
he says.
How do you guys
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday in garage.
It's not Tuesday.
No, Tuesday. Like
Wait, how do you say
Tuesday.
the largest planet in the solar system?
Starts with a J.
Oh wait, yeah, this is where you had this weird about it, isn't it? It's Jupiter.
Yes.
Even Scott says it
Jupiter.
right. I don't- Oh, God.
Is off the rails on
Beep
Jupiter.
Chan that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How do we go 21 episodes without saying?
I don't know.
So yeah,
Right.
there was an episode, the episode that I wasn't on because my internet crapped out. Somehow it came up and Steven says it, Jupiter.
Jupiter.
And then we were like,
Jupiter.
we have to figure out if the rest of his family
Pardon
says it.
me?
So far, I know my brother says it that way,
Yeah,
Oh my-
but I have to ask the rest of
Jupiter.
them. Jupiter.
Oh my lordy.
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
And like
Jupiter.
when I was
think it's
Jupiter.
offline, they
just a-
texted me. They were like, "Hey, how do you say Jupiter?" I'm like, "What the
I
fuck?"
honestly think it's just a result of slurring it and saying it quick over there, like so instead of saying Jupiter, like it's just Jupiter, like you just
But
kind
how
of
is that faster? What?
Jupiter.
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 You don't
Jupiter.
say it.
Jupiter.
Jupiter's more effort.
That was just sounding
See,
weird
for
in my
me,
brain.
I have to put an
Jupiter.
effort to say Jupiter. Like I have to think about it. But if I say no, Jupiter, it's
You have to
not
do it
Jupiter.
the British way. Jupiter.
Jupiter. It's starting to
Jupiter.
sound weird.
Yeah.
Jupiter.
Actually, you know,
Theater.
funny enough, when I was a wee little lad, my dad would get so cross at me because I couldn't pronounce, like I couldn't do like when you say like Thor, where you put your
Oh,
your
yeah.
tongue at the top, I would just go Thor, and he would like. I love my dad
Instead
to
of going like
bits.
thaw.
No, I would just go like
Is
Thor,
that-
like the number rather than
Four.
Thor. I would go
Oh yeah.
Thor. So
Mhm.
my dad would legitimately. I was like 5, and my dad would legitimately get so cross. Like he'd be like fuming. He'd be like, "No, it's Thor with the T." I'm going Thor.
So
I
I did that too, but with the word
Yeah.
barn. My mom's
What?
like, "It's barn," like like really exaggerating the N, like
Yeah.
"n" on the end. It's
Barn.
like, "Yeah, it's a barna," and she's like, "No, barna." I'm
Barna.
like, "Barna. We're not saying anything
Barna.
different. Barna."
Barn.
Barn.
Barna.
You know what
Yeah,
it is? I think it
so-
depends how you come off
oh.
on your N, right? Because if you go barn, that's like and
Barn.
hold the tongue, it's easy. But if you go barn, when the tongue
Yeah.
comes off, sometimes the
Barn.
comes out. Like that's a thing.
Yeah, no, she's just trying to say barn. I'm like, barna. Yeah, that's it. It's a barna with an A.
It's
at the
because
end.
she's eccentric. Yeah, because she accentuates
Yeah.
the N so
Barna.
much.
Because I was
my big
saying
one.
barn
Barna.
wrong, so then
Yeah.
she just kept
Barna.
insisting.
My big one growing up was and I still am bad with it today, is S's and THs. Like saw versus thaw.
Oh yeah.
Like
No,
like
I get
saw
that. I
thaw.
understand that.
Part of it's because my mom used to say it's because like you know that thing on the bottom of your tongue that connects your
We
tongue
need a
to
linguist
the
over
Yeah.
here.
mouth. Yeah, she
Yeah.
always said that was like too long, so it made it so the way that my like vocal things. Also, I have a bit of an overbite, so it might be that too. Which is part of the reason I'm very bad at whistling.
And Stephen was partially blind as a child.
Whoa. What?
Legally blind.
Okay, pardon me.
Oh,
I've
legally
not
blind.
heard that.
Candace, you know this. I've
There's
told
no
this
way
story
you
a
don't know about
billion
Steven
times to
being
everyone I've
blind.
ever known.
I do
Yeah,
not
no, I was-
recall.
I was-
I don't know if I'm having
I
a
was
goldfish
legally
brain,
blind.
but I do not recall
I
the
was
story.
declared legally blind when I was 3 years old.
Oh, shit. And you
You ever
How'd
see
you
those
become
you see baby
unlegally
pictures of Steven?
blind?
He's got those like thick boy
I got that
glasses.
thick glasses. I used to wear an eye patch.
Oh my god.
Yar.
I had two. There was one with a little helicopter on it, and one with a little.
Yeah,
No,
I
they
had
were
two iPads.
they were for different days. I was like, so I wouldn't wear the same one all
Of
the
the
time.
week?
It was a fashion. It was a fashion statement, so I'd have to wear the same one all the time. You know?
Oh my god.
I do not remember this. Like,
Steven has an
Well-
eye patch with
Well,
Dignitas
part
on
of
it.
the reason why is because and like Eugene knows because I mean obviously did the forever, but part of the reason why is because I stopped wearing glasses in grade 7.
Right. Actually, no. Yeah,
Oh.
there's actually, to be fair, there's something about that, right? Like my dad. So interesting enough, when I was a kid, and up until, to be fair, like maybe until I was like 16, my whole entire family used glasses, and now I'm the only like fucking bastard with glasses in my family, and it's
Oh my God,
real
that's
annoying.
funny.
Like
That
basically, my
sucks.
dad just stopped wearing them because he was like, oh, they're too annoying, and his eyes adjusted, and then
Yeah.
my brother, same thing. Like, to be fair, I think my brother actually had eye surgery at one point, like when he was younger, because he was actually colorblind, to a
Oh.
certain degree, which is like hilarious because he was the artist in our family,
It's
and
so funny. He was
I would-
colorblind.
yeah, but and I'm like legitimately. Well, no, it's hilarious because of what would happen. So, like, my
Yeah.
brother was so good at art when we were kids that he got in the London newspaper for drawing Mickey Mouse at like
Wow.
the age of like 8. And the funniest shit is that like behind the scenes, I was his little like 4-year-old front man because I would hang around like next to him like a little kid, and he'd go, which one's blue?" And I'd be like, "That one." He'd be like, "All right, sweet."
blue.
But I guess my brother
That's
figured out at a
funny.
young age that he wasn't seeing the right colors, so he would just have me pick them. But
That's so funny.
now
That's
he's
awesome.
fine after like the eye surgery when he was
Oh,
like
nice.
teen. But yeah, so he doesn't use glasses, and like my mum technically uses glasses when she's reading, but like she doesn't really need them most of the time because she's not reading something that close all the time. Whereas like when I was like 16, had like massive headaches, and I still get huge headaches if I go hours without them. Like I'm not even that blind, but it's like details far away. I'm like, what the fuck does that say?
Because the strain on your eyes to actually see that.
Yeah, basically, and that's what was happening. Like when I lived in Montreal, it just really messed up my eyes or my head, and I was like coming home with like massive headaches.
Who's got the popo coming for them?
Not me.
I mean, probably Eugene.
The one who lives in Surrey.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm in like an even more secluded area right now than I normally.
To be fair, Bristol's not a safe place.
I was gonna say that's actually it's a good
First stories.
The ambulance and the fire truck ripped onto my street earlier today.
Ooh.
I was like, oh, there's sirens. I look at my window like, that's okay.
I mean, the thing though is that when there's
Coming to
sirens
my
and
street.
when there's sirens there, it's like 99% chance it's just an old person who fell.
Yeah. Okay. So we were doing a water
It just
dig,
is
and
like
I looked up the
demographics
street.
wise, that's how it is.
You know,
So
the
sad.
street that's kind of like it's across from the movie theater. That's kind of like
Yes,
the one named
kinda
after the
ghetto-y
bird.
looking place. Yes.
yes.
We're doing a dig around there. I look up. There's an ambulance just like up the street, and I was like, what's going on? I watched them suit
That
up while we're
street,
still
though.
digging, and
Yeah,
then
that's-
they go in with bags. It's like, oh, I think someone overdosed.
Oh.
Yeah, that
they
street
came back out
is
with the
less
bags.
likely to be an old person falling.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Well,
street
it's kind of
is
like
a
an
gong
avenue
show.
thing. It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
When you said bags, I thought you meant like body bags at first.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no.
no, no.
What
With
about a
2
body
pickle bags
bag?
each.
Oh my god! I
Okay,
legitimately was
okay.
thinking that the whole time. Like it wasn't even empty bag. It came out with full bags.
Well, I was wondering, so it's like,
I was like, she took
what's
this very
happening
well.
up there while
Yeah.
we're like doing a dig?
Jeez.
Because like the vac truck was on, which is loud as shit. So I was like, I
Mm.
hope no one needs like super help because they're
Oh.
not gonna be able to hear over this thing. They're gonna be like yelling at each other to talk.
Yeah.
This is a random tangent. I miss snow.
Why?
It doesn't snow here.
No
it's only
offense, but
rains.
why?
Because, like, here's the thing: my dog gets really hyper and he jumps in
Oh.
the snow, and it's
Yeah.
cute.
Oh,
That's
Also,
fair.
you
like,
just not get any snow?
so if we do ever get snow, it legitimately rains in like 2 seconds afterwards, and it's all
No.
gone.
Gross.
We had like, I mean, to be fair, actually, in England right now, there's like massive gale force winds.
Sure are.
So, like, especially in London, there's actually like a hurricane.
Steven says it like he lives there.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was watching the footy earlier today.
You're watching the footy and people going, "Oh, fuck."
Well, no, you should have seen the corner flags were going nuts.
Yeah,
Inside.
yeah, no, it's true. Like my trees, like a couple of days ago, were like, but it's annoying because like we just don't ever get snow, and I really wish we do. And every time I'm thinking about Canada, I'm like, oh.
Well, the appropriate response is just bring your fiance and move on up to
Move to
Canada.
Let's
Canada.
go.
Hey.
Bring my dog. Can I bring my
I
dog
see
to
no
someone's
downside.
house?
Yes, definitely bring your dogs. There's no question about that.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
get
I'll
another
just-
one while you're here.
I'll just oh god, but I'll just show up at someone's house.
give
One
you
of
my
the three
address.
of you. Let's go.
Hey.
Show up with a dog.
I mean, the international airport that you could access is pretty close.
Literally
so-
right. It's close to
That's fair. That's fair.
the international airport.
You know, actually, the saddest thing is, yeah, no. So I was trying to think, do I want to say my fiance's problems or not problems with state? And like, I realized the state's fucking huge. It doesn't matter. But Texas got snow before Bristol got snow,
Oh my
and I
god.
was like, bruh, like, what?
Even,
How?
yeah, that's
And
even Greece had.
I'm
some
not
snow
even
this
saying
year.
like a little bit. Like she had like a massive snowstorm of snow. I was like, so I guess I just need to not live in England if I want snow.
Well, I mean, the part of
Apparently.
that though is that like Texas, depending where you are, can be relatively inland, right?
Right.
Whereas like no matter where you are in the UK, the climate's very
Same.
made
Coastal.
mild by the fact that you're so close to the coastline wherever you are, right? Like that's
Yeah.
why small islands like that are generally don't get those extreme like cold or extreme hot weather events because they're temperature
Well,
controlled. And Bristol's right on the coast. Well, it's
They
close
do
to,
get
right?
cold, but it's just not snow.
It's just
usually
not
just wind and rain.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Which is
with-
again
with the wind forces, it was like proper bringing the ocean onto people's like land, which is pretty bad.
Can we have a
So-
3D Gens and a Normie weather show now too?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh no, we need like weather shorts.
The news
Weather's like
report.
sport. And welcome to
It'll replace the
School,
the school
of
of
learning.
learning. We'll have segments, sports updates with Steven,
So
international
no.
weather update with Scott.
Going over to you now, live from Candace.
Live from Candace.
Live from
Just
Candace, just from
Candace.
Candace. Candace's
you know,
Would it
house.
be with? Why
Live
is it
with
from
Candace,
me?
yeah.
It's
Would
from-
you be
Live with
me?
Candace from Candace's house.
It's like a microscopic, like someone's inside like your arm. And it's like,
Like a magic school bus thing.
the
I
blood
was
is
just thinking
Yeah.
that.
I'm on the magic
No.
school bus. And with that,
Do we have another
Okay, well, thank you for watching
Oh,
another
boy.
episode of 3D Gens and a Normie. I'd like to thank Scott for coming on to replacing Jordan, who is still at the expo. Next week we will probably try and do something gimmicky again. Just to keep it spicy.
Why not?
Yeah.
Remy!
Oh, hello to Remy.
Oh,
Scott's beautiful
oh, what
dog.
a cutie patootie.
looks
And,
unbothered.
We'll
So
see you next week.
Living
Thanks
in
for
his
watching.
Heck yeah. I would just like to say my headset matches the Slytherin thing.